Hey guys, Ryan with Premier. How you doing? I'm doing good. I am doing good. My head is a little red. It's a little warm here today. We got 99 on the old thermometer. Now, the real field temperature, I think it said was 107. So, this ain't for little boys. But, yeah, man. So, I have an interesting thing to talk to you about today, and something that made me think to myself, I wonder if anybody else is getting bombarded with this particular scam. So I got this guy. He follows me, or found me on YouTube. Doesn't follow me. He found me on YouTube, and he's looking to acquire a tennis court business somewhere in the country. And he's like, hey, I'd like to come out and take a look. We talked on the phone. We just kind of talked the ins and outs of tennis, and he said, yeah, I saw your videos, and I was hoping to talk to you a little bit. We talked tennis for about an hour, and it just so happened that he was traveling to the East Coast to, visit somebody or some shit. So he was like, hey, do you mind if I tag along, for a day or two, and just kind of like, see you guys in action, maybe see some of the estimates that you might go do. So I was like, sure, I'm a nice guy. I like to help people, right? You know me. Come on, you know me. I'm always like down to help, right? So this guy Mike comes up, cool guy, I can tell he's kind of cut from the same cloth as me, and we're just talking, and reviews came up, and I told him, I'm like, there are companies out there that, when he's talking about other companies' reviews, and they have a lot of reviews, and it's like a lot of 5-star reviews, and it's like, listen, you can I have companies, probably 3 a week, that are in my spam folder that are offering to try to sell me 5-star reviews. I can give you up to this many 5-star reviews, and I have X many systems and X many bots, and I have a 75 phone system, and each phone has 3 numbers, and blah blah blah, and I just answer like, you are what's wrong with this world. Like, it's not fair for some fucking asshole to go do that. Reviews are sacred. Okay? Reviews are something that, reviews are sacred. There's something that you set up, right? When you need them, you send them out to the customer, and you go, help me please. And the customer gives you honest feedback, right? This is how you make adjustments to your company. If you do a job for somebody and they're not happy with you, right, or not happy with something that you did, they might give you a 4-star or a 3-star review, and then in that review they're going to put like, oh, he was a nice guy and he did a good job, but then this happened, and then you go, oh, okay, I got to make sure that this doesn't happen again, and that's how you get better. That's how you make yourself a better person, a better, contractor, whatever it is you're doing, a better restaurant. It's like, for someone to just start writing fake reviews, it's like your wife telling you, it's like you finding out, my wife, it was an accident. It's like you finding out, my wife, what do you mean she doesn't love me? What do you mean this entire time she's never been in love with me? I mean, I'm sure it's kind of the same feeling, same feeling of fakeness. Here's something you hold so near. Most of you would go, no, Ryan, it's nothing like that. What does your wife not loving you have to do with... No, but you're missing the point, people. It's the feeling. It's the feeling, okay? It's that feeling of, oh my God, how could you do this to me? How could you do this to me? I thought we were here, and we're now here. Okay, that's what I mean. Okay, that's what I mean. I mean, like, if I found out that I, hired this company because they had a lot of great reviews, and then I find out all the reviews are fake, well, hello? So I told them, I'm like, there are companies out there you can just pay them and they'll just fucking write you reviews, like as many reviews as you want. You can even write your own review, send it to them, and they'll post it for you. Like, reviews are sacred. They're sacred. So you want to keep them honest. Now look, are there some scumbags out there that they don't care? But that's kind of like, that's like you're a cheater at that point. That's why your wife doesn't love you. Yeah, you're a cheater at that point. Like, at that point, it's like you won, you won, but you cheated. Now, some people are completely fine with that. I am not okay with that. Just saying that out loud makes me feel like a certain type of way. Man, I can't tell you this, but I want you to think about, if you're watching this video, there's probably only one person that has gotten past 10 seconds, and that's me. When I look at the analytics, it'll say one person got past 10 seconds, and then I know it was me. But if you've been watching this video for any length of time, and it's YouTube, so you can just kind of fucking rewind it if you want to. When was the last time you didn't see a car on that side of the road? Holy shit. I'm going to turn the camera around for a second just so you can see what's going on out there. God effing damn it. Look at that. There was an accident probably 5 miles back that I passed. You could probably see it in the video. But this is Boston traffic, people. One little hiccup. And this is going to be... I'm going to go home and put the news on, and they're going to be talking about this. Backed up 10 miles on 93. So, yep. But reviews are sacred. They are supposed to project something about your company. When I send out my things on QuickBooks, my invoices, as an automatic message on the invoice, it says, we are always trying to better ourselves. We would appreciate you writing a review. If you take time to write a review, please take $25 off of your bill. Thank you very much. Good, bad, or indifferent, they go a long way. So, God effing damn it. I'm canceling that. Yeah, so, you need that feedback from your customers. And your customers, potential customers, they want to read that. They want to go and find your platforms, find your pages, and they want to read your reviews, and they want to... That's how they're judging you. That's how they're meeting you for the first time. Now, I will say something else. I love good reviews, right? What I hate is when people just 5-star me. Now, I appreciate it. You little mother effers, you're 5-starring me so that you can take the $25 off. You're putting absolutely zero effort into the actual review itself, okay? But I get it. Okay, I got the review, but I also shot myself in the foot. So, it's, for me, when I write a review, I'm very detailed, I'm very detailed, mostly because I like the points I get from Google for putting a detailed review out there, but I'm very detailed. I like to be detailed, and I want my reviews to be detailed, there's certain things that if a customer is detailed and writes a good review about you, they're gonna know everything they need to know about you before they even hire you. Another good way, not to get sidetracked, but another good way for that is videos, YouTube. You know, I have a lot of people who just hire us because they watch my videos. It's linked to my webpage. It's just out there, and people go, I watch your videos. I feel like I know you in the sense that like you have a no nonsense attitude. You're straight to the point. You're very direct, and those are the type of business and people I want to do business with. You know. Now, if a customer will write that review for you, then someone's reading that and they're thinking, wow, this guy, he's honest, he's direct, you know, he's meticulous. This is great. I like this, you know, and that's how you get the call. But, you know, some AI-generated 5-star paragraph from some shithead who you had to pay $3.99 per review for, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't sound legit to me, folks. You know? So, when I go looking for reviews, I go right to... So, I know how it is with... when you go... Alright, so here's something. Go on your computer, and I say your computer over your cell phone. I don't know why, it just seems to be different. But go on your computer and look up businesses. It doesn't have to be seal coating businesses, but if you're that curious about your competition, you can. But just go on and read reviews of any company. You know, you can almost tell who the employees are, who the family is, and who the actual customers are. So, hold on, I got an old lady in front of me in a fucking Kia Spectra doing 45 and a 65. You know, so when I get into lost my flow, you old bag. So when I get in, you know, like when I go on and I'm looking for someone to hire, I can tell who wrote the reviews. And I'll be like, oh, this looks like, this sounds... If it's not as obvious as, like, you know, McGuire's restaurant, right? And then you start looking through the reviews and you see Christy McGuire or something. You're like, oh, geez. Oh, really? Like, you know, this very, very ornate, like... Okay, I got you. I figured you out. All right? But you also have people who... our employees, some employees are good employees, you know, they're just proud of their company. I've never had an employee write a review. Fucking reviews. Yeah, employees, what are you waiting for? You know, because you don't like working here enough to write a review. I see other guys writing reviews about the companies they work for, just saying. But at the end of the day, you wind up, if you're smart, you can figure it out. You know, oh, look on Facebook, that person's name. Oh, how ironic, that's that guy's girlfriend. You know, so as much as I appreciate 5-star reviews, I like 5-star reviews, I want nothing more than 5-star reviews, I don't look at them when I look for other people to do work for, you know, or who are going to do work for me. I don't go and read their 5 stars. No. I start at 1. I go to the 1 stars. I want the 1s and the 2s, because guess what? No one's faking 1-star reviews. No way, Jose. So I go look for the 1 stars and the 2 stars. The 3 stars are like, meh. If you're going to fill out a review and make it 3 stars, I have questions about you. I do. I have questions. I'll save the questions for now, but I have questions. You know, alright, fine. What's the fucking point of 3 stars? Alright? Now, I get the point of 2 stars, right? 2 stars is like, you're not horrible. You're not, like, completely sucky. But I got some big problems with you. You know? 4 stars is like, you know what? like my dad would say, oh, it's very hard to be perfect or something. Now, some people, I had customers who would 4-star me because they'd say, well, I would have given him 5 stars, but I don't give anybody 5 stars. It's like, okay, well, thanks for fucking tanking my rating because you have this moral premise that nobody can achieve 5 stars in your world. You know? No. Nope. So, you know, it's like, sometimes I just go, I don't understand. The 3 stars means nothing to me. It just means I was, man, it's like, why'd you even write a review then? You know? And I don't have any 3-star reviews, but when I see people who write 3-star reviews, I go, this guy has way too much time on his hands. And when I see companies who receive 3-star reviews, I'm like, don't worry, buddy, I've had customers like that too. You know, they've just never 3-starred me. But I go right to the 1 stars because the 1 stars are going to be what tells you. Going to be what tells you. You know? So, a for instance to that is, I've had people 1-star me and not put anything in the 1 star. You know? They just 1-star me with no explanation. And it's like, you know, so I'm like, right away, okay, let's look at this, okay, Google this name, okay, got her on Facebook, go to Facebook, oh, yeah, okay. This little trashy little bitch is some chickenhead's girlfriend from Southbridge who coincidentally happens to have a seal coating business, you know, and I try to report it and nothing happened, blah, blah, blah. But then I've had TikToks that I've made that have gone viral and gotten, you know, 30 million views, and I use an accent in the video, and people from that particular, I don't know, part of the world, Asia, Chinese, it was a Chinese accent, you know, I don't know, I mean, you know, just made an accent. Didn't think I was doing anything wrong. Well, I pissed some people off apparently, and I got 1-starred by a shitload of people. When you have a viral video and you're on YouTube, it got just about 20 million, and on TikTok it got 30 million. So when you have 50 million people seeing this video, what's the chances every single one of them are going to think you're funny? Yeah. So their way of retaliation was not duet my video and trying to goof on me like I would have done to them. It's let's try to ruin this guy's livelihood. So Google was good, and they took some of them down. But if you go find my Google page and look at my reviews, you'll see some interesting 1-star reviews from that time. And I basically responded to them with, this is from a TikTok. I didn't do any work for this guy. One guy said I pushed his grandmother down the stairs or something. Or that I was yelling at his grandmother. He wrote a bad review. And then I go on and respond to his review right before I report it to Google because I want Google to see the response. But the response is you know, I don't know how I could have done any work for you. I just looked you up on Facebook. You live in St. Petersburg, Florida. Why don't you just admit what you're really upset about? I made a TikTok that you didn't like, and this is your way of getting back at me. And then he reached out and was basically oh, I'm writing this on behalf of my elderly grandmother who you beat up or something. Sorry, I'm not laughing at beating old people up, but it was something weird like that. Oh, I'm just I'm writing this because you're, my grandmother's invalid and you beat her up and threw her down the stairs and, yada, yada, yada. So, you're going to get people like that, dude. You're going to get haters. There's this fucking guy, I don't know who he is, but but he goes around and he like bombs all of like our Google pages with bad reviews. He just did it to this guy, this kid Jimmy from American Sealcoating, who I fucking love. He's a great dude. I just don't know, dude. It's like, I don't know who it is and why do you care so much about your competition that you gotta write fucking bad reviews about them, dude? Like, really, you know? And so yeah, dude, it's crazy, you know? So I don't know, but I always go right to the 1-star reviews, because that's going to tell you everything you need to know about like that company when it's at its worst, you know? Because think about it, I know so many people out there who have been done wrong by companies, like horrible companies, you know, that have fucking really screwed people over, like Hatch, you know? I mean, I'm not saying anything that's untoward, you know? I had my issues with the guy. You go on, you read the Better Business Bureau, it says it all, you know? I mean, I'm not saying nothing the world doesn't know, but, you know, I hear these people. I had a lady a month ago who had a driveway and a basketball court done, and could not get them there, just a nightmare. And I said, well, did you write a review? And she's like, no. I mean, I should have, but I guess I didn't. And it's like, well, you're the, you know, how are other people, you know, don't you want to protect the next person from this happening? Like, you know, so think about it. You either have to have a fucking Karen or a Ken who just is a busybody, which you probably wouldn't. Those are the people that write a 3-star review. Oh, their service was great and the job came out great, and they give you a 3-star. So it's like, I thought it was great, you know. So, but what are you gonna do? You know, it's like, you don't know. Like, you just can't. You don't know. So you wind up, you know. You wind up going in, you want, you know, these people, I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry. Fuck, God effing damn it, that's getting edited out, that's for damn sure. But 1-star reviews are your best way to find people or to learn about a company. Now, if somebody doesn't have any 1-star reviews, well, that's pretty good. That means they haven't pissed off any of their competition, you know, and they probably haven't been working long enough to meet every type of customer, you know, because we all know as contractors there are all different types of customers. There's your good customers, your appreciative customers, your entitled customers, your asshole customers, your broke customers, your wealthy customers who act broke, your broke customers who act wealthy, and navigating these people, and, you know, it's tough. It's tough. I had a job a couple weeks ago down in Connecticut for a couple, and her and her partner were like, you know, they were nice in the beginning. I helped them get a paver. I tried setting them up with a fence company. They used their other fence company, but, you know, I went down. We built them a pickleball court. If you watch with any regularity, there's a video of us like digging out where this pad is going to go for the pickleball court, and we find a rock the size of a fucking Volkswagen, you know? So, I mean, we went through some shit to get this lady her freaking court, you know? And then, like a week before we were supposed to do it, or less, they like, I'm addicted to nose spray. I picked it up one time. I was sick, and I used it for longer than I should, and now I'm addicted to it. Yep. If I don't use it, my nose is like, can't breathe. So, but she picked like a purple, a blue, and a green, and then like the week we were supposed to start the job, she sends me a message and just basically says, I just saw the purple on someone else's court, I don't like it, I want yellow instead. I said, okay, well, you're gonna have to pay for the yellow. I gotta order that now, which means I'm not gonna get there this week. And then I'm going to I got to charge you for the purple still, because I ordered it and it's a special color. Nobody uses it. She's like, well, you can send it back, can't you? And I'm like, yeah, but like, how? It doesn't work like that. You know, it just doesn't work like that. So no, I can't send it back. I'm stuck with it. You know, which I could have sent it back, but I mean, you know, this lady, just the way she's coming off and presenting herself, you know, real dirtbag. Very wealthy, moved from New York to Connecticut, just not a good person. Thought she was a good person, just not a good person. Very unappreciative, you know. So, anyways, I go down there, we do the thing, I look at the thing, I give them a price. It was like, it was going to be close to 10 grand for the pickleball court and to put the posts in, you know, and the net, and then to buy the posts and the net. So we work out a deal, and, you know, I tell her, yeah, you know, we're going to do this, but you got to have, you know, you got to open this up. You got to cut some of these trees down. You got to let some sun in here. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. Well, they didn't do it. So we go down there to do the pickleball court. What's supposed to be maybe a 2-day job at the most turns into 7 to, I think, 9 days we had to go down there. Because we would literally drive an hour and a half to get there, do one coat in 15 minutes, and then it was in the shade. Didn't matter how hot it was. Like, it just wasn't fucking drying. So you just pack it up and leave. I did that for 9 days. All right? Then the whole purple, you know, I don't charge. I told them I'm going to charge it for the purple. I don't charge it for the purple. Oh my God, there was so much stuff. And you know, so Ricky said, so she's like, well, I'm leaving this week. Now, mind you, in between these 9 days of going down there, it has been horrible weather. So it would rain for maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then the rest of the day would be great. And she would be like, you know, you're blowing me off for other customers. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I am not coming down there if there's a chance of rain because you're in the shade. And I can't put a coat down at your house at 9 o'clock in the morning and worry that at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, when the showers roll through, that it's going to be dry. You know? So, but I didn't say that, you know, because I'm not going to fight with people, you know, like, and I'm not fighting with people. That's just not my character, you know, so I'm just, you know, but she didn't say I was blowing her off until the end. But anyways, I get into it and I'm like, listen, lady, I'm like, here's the deal. You know, she's like, you know, I'm leaving, I'm going away, and you need to finish while I'm gone. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, well, if the weather allows us to, we will. But it's like, I don't want to be finished with her court. You know, she's going to hand me 10 grand as soon as I finish it. It's a fucking easy job. Like, I don't want that money. Are you kidding me? You know? So she winds up going down. Ricky and those guys go down. They finish the court. And then Ricky sends me pictures, and the posts are up and the net's up. And I'm like, oh, hey, no, go back, take that post and net down. They haven't paid us yet. I don't want them paying on it until they pay, you know? So Ricky's like, okay, so he goes back, he takes it down, the lady goes outside, what are you doing? He's like, yeah, we got to take this down until you pay, like, you know. Well, these motherfuckers, like, that was like a Wednesday. She wasn't planning to come home till Saturday. Well, they bought one off of Amazon and set it up and played on it themselves. These fucking assholes, you know? And yeah, I'm talking about my customers like that. If you're a potential customer and you're watching this and you, oh my God, I can't believe he talks about his customers like that. Yeah, listen to the whole story. And if you still side with them, then I don't want you as a customer, all right? Because I don't. Pickleball, you know, these pickleball people don't understand, like, how obnoxious they can be and come off. Like, if I meet you to do your job and I get a feeling from you that you're an obnoxious pickleball player, I'm not doing the job. I don't care how much money you have. You know, I don't want to work for people like that. These people think that they're better than you, that they're above you. You know, you make their fucking salary in 1 month, basically, and somehow you're the shitbag, you know? So it's like, whatever. I'm not doing it. And I'm finding this out more and more the more immersed I get into these, private residential pickleball jobs. But, they set the court up. Now, in the business, if you play on the court, once it's done, you have accepted its condition and it's time to pay. Well, they started complaining that they think the yellow is too light. And I'm thinking like, wow, like, how is that possible? We did 2 coats of yellow. I said, could you please send me pictures? Like, I'm just curious. Like, she's like, I'm working. I don't have time. Now, she works from home. It's right outside. She has a wife that's there with her that she could say, hey, go snap a couple pictures of this. Send it over to him. Nope, don't bother. Nope, I'm too busy. I don't have time. You just need to come and redo it. So I'm like, okay, very nice, polite. Okay, no problem. I'll make sure I bring material. If it needs it, it will absolutely get it. So go down there, I take a look at it, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe it. It does look a little thin in there. Like, that's weird, And I hit it with another coat. Now, this is only my second time ever working with yellow, right? And I'm like, I'll do another coat, And I do another coat. Now, something from the tree fell on the court, and it kind of made it dirty or something. And I went over that spot, and it looked exactly like the spot that I saw when I first got there before I started putting any coats down. And then it dawned on me, it's not the court, it's not thin, it's the shit from the trees. Like, we're in the fucking woods, dude. Like, they literally are in the woods. They cut out just picture dense woods, and then cutting out 100 by 70 foot square, and then putting a 60 by 30 pickleball court in that square. And I'm trying to tell them, you're not going to like yellow. You are in the dark. The mildew is going to grow on that. It's going to look so dirty. And then here we are. I'm fighting the dirt. I wind up putting 3 more coats. So I had 5 coats of yellow in total, And we got down. I took 1 bucket with me. I get down there, and it, the end of the bucket was sandy, It ran out right in front of my butcher paper. So it looked rough, but it's just sand. Play on it, wear it in, And she comes out and she starts picking apart everything. Like, she's like, there is yellow all over this pickleball court. It's everywhere. And she's like walking around like a chicken, just whacking, And I'm like, oh my God, where? Like, now I'm starting to fucking panic. Like, what did I do? Did I spin my squeegee and throw shit everywhere? Like, oh my God. I look. No. My squeegee from Midwest Rake, it's painted. I had little flakes popping off of I go, look. It wipes right away. That's from the, I'm like, look, that's from my handle. Well, there is white specks everywhere. You got white paint from the lines. It's everywhere. Look. And I'm like walking around, and she's like, there are globs everywhere. And I like take it and I like rub my finger on it, and I'm like, that's bird shit. That's bird shit. Now what? She's like, now when we do cords, now she told me, well, we're going to do the cord, and then we're going to have it landscaped around the edges and shit. Like, okay. What we'll do normally is we'll just like, as we're coming up to the edge, because we're using squeegees, you don't use paintbrushes with this shit, And I don't know, maybe I'm not in the right business, but I don't walk around after with a paintbrush and paint the sides of the fucking asphalt where it's very porous and not rolled. And no. I take the fucking squeegee, I run it up to the edge, and then I let the stuff roll off, spill over the edge, and it will pool up in the dirt. Then you walk around with your scraper after, and you just slam the scraper right on the edge. It breaks the stuff right off. It's nice and crisp and clean. But she wanted to put the fence up. We had a timeline, we had a plan. Then she calls me, I'm going to have the fence put up now. I'm like, okay. Okay. You know, I thought you were going to wait until we were done. You know, because it was outside of the court, and for access and for us to be able to do a good job on the edges, we wanted the edges available. We didn't want the fence up. We said you can put the posts up, but wait to put the chain link up until we're done. No, she puts it up. Now the paint rolls off the edges in some places, and because either the paver or the guy that's doing the fence was a little off his mark, in some places it was probably the paver. The paver runs right along the edge of the fence, and then it kind of dips under the fence in some areas, so it's high. I can't get under there. I can't get the material on that side, you know? And so I just let it run off the edge, and it would, you know, go in the dirt and shit like that. Well, she comes out, and she's like, my dad was a painter, and when we were painting, we didn't paint anything on dirt. And I'm like, okay, well, you didn't do this. And I'm like, how am I supposed to clean? Like, I blew the court off. The pavement was clean. It's not my job to clean the dirt between the fence and the pavement. Like, who gives a shit when we're done? Like, you told me you're mulching right up to the edge of this, or stone, or I told them you need to put a French perimeter drain in. I got there, was the French perimeter drain in? No. I told them you got to cut the fucking trees down. When I got there, was the trees cut down? No. So now she's got all this silt running onto the court, and like, it's just a fucking mess. And I'm like, trying to be nice, you know? Nobody's listening to me. And it's like, you know, so now she's got, I'm literally on my fucking hands and knees on this thing with a razor knife, cutting the edges, right? Just cutting the edges around the thing. And I'm like, man, like, I just couldn't believe it, man. I just couldn't believe it. I had to cut all that shit out of there. And then I get that done, and she's walking around, and she's pointing out all this other stuff. And like, I was so close to just being like, what are we doing here? I brought one bucket of black resurfacer. And if it got to the point where I thought I wasn't getting paid, or they started like, you know, because I didn't know if they were trying to negotiate with me, and trying to like make me feel like I did a bad job in a way. But again, in my mind, I'm thinking, I came out here 5 more times than I had to at $750 a day, you know? All this other stuff that I basically ate on this job to please you and to just... So, yeah, I mean, I'm like, what can I do? What would you like me to do? Well, you didn't do this, and you didn't do that, and blah, blah, this, and blah, blah, that. And it's like, oh, man. I'm like, okay, I understand, you know. And she's telling me that, like, my work, my shoddy work, it has to do with my shoddy work. And I'm like, I take umbrage with that, you know? And again, I didn't have the money in my hand. So I didn't want to be like, listen, I've had people I kept telling her, you're not the first customer that's had remorse about the colors that they picked. You know, this court looked like a Ukraine flag. I would not want this court at my house. Then she's yelling at me. I'm in Michigan on vacation. She's yelling at me in text messages, telling me that the yellow is too bright, that I did it wrong, that I don't know what I'm doing. I send it out to Jeff Gerhardt from Sportmaster, the guy that's in charge of Sportmaster. In charge, not for fucking his branch, for the entire fucking country, the world, right? He goes, no, it looks fine. I send it back to her. This is the guy that made that product that we put on the ground, and he says it looks right. Well, I'll be the judge of that. And then she's like, she's like, nasty, man, nasty. Like, when I yell at you, and I'm like, I'll be the judge of that. That's how she's saying it. She's nasty. I'm telling you. This chick walks around all day with a glass of wine in her hand, hating fucking men, you know? And it's like, you know, I told my dad, I'm like, when she fucking pays me, I am going to turn around and look at her and just be like, now let me tell you something, you know? And just lay into I had this amount of days on site. I did this. I did that for you. I did this for you. I drove down here and supervised the paving an hour and a half each way to come and make sure. You called me one day and was like, I don't think they're using the right stuff. I fucking sent the guy right down there to look at it. And then he looks at it and he's like, no, that's the right stuff. And he leaves. And then she calls me and she's like, you're not here anymore? Like, what, do you expect me to... You want me to sit there all day and watch them pave? So, man, I'm getting worked up. So, worst customer ever. Now, you want to know what I did when I got her money? Because I bet you this is the best part of the whole story. I'm a pussy. I just shook her hand and said, okay, I'm sure I'll hear from you again. That's what she asked me, what's the warranty? And I was like, oh, you get a 1-year warranty. Like, in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm never going to see you again. I'm never going to see you again. Because you just don't get warranty stuff on new quartz. It just never happens, especially using Sportmaster. Hey. But, it is what it is. So, I'm in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I ain't never going to see you again. And I shook her hand and I fucking left. Because at the end of the day, I'm a professional. And how often do you really get customers like that? Some of you may say, I get them all the time. Everybody's like that with me, Ryan. Jesus Christ. But for me, it's very, very rare. Like, very rare. So, I just suck it up. I take it. My guys say I am the most chilled, laid-back person that they know. And it's probably for moments like that, So, that wraps up my little, and drop a little comment, and I want your worst customer story, and your worst review story. One of each, please.